A Russian-born Israeli journalist was removed from Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu's flight to Washington earlier today, allegedly without proper explanation, raising serious questions about transparency and press freedom. Russian-born Israeli freelance journalist Nick Kolyohin says that security agents from Israel's Shin Bet removed him from the Wing of Zion, the aircraft which is used by Netanyahu just before takeoff for Washington. Now, he was scheduled to cover Prime Minister Netanyahu's meeting with the U.S. president for 3 Russian television networks. And according to Kolyin, the Prime Minister's office had already cleared him to join the media delegation. He boarded the plane along with around 10 other reporters. He placed his luggage in the media section, and then Shin Bet officers approached him and told him to disembark. The reason? Well, according to the journalist, his connections needed verification. Why were those checks not completed before he stepped onto the aircraft? Why was he cleared in the first place? And why was no specific explanation given at the time? Kolyohin was born in Moscow and he was moved to Israel at the age of 9 during the wave of post-Soviet Jewish immigration. He says that he served in the Israeli Defense Forces and later worked for a government agency within the Prime Minister's office during an earlier Netanyahu term. And he holds only Israeli citizenship. In fact, he's covered major global events, including last year's Trump-Putin summit as well, and he has flown on official trips before. This time, however, he was singled out. Was this purely a security issue or something more? Israel has so far not provided any answers, and that silence is now part of the story. The India-Pakistan clash is now just 4 days away, and while the last few days have been dominated by politics, the focus now shifts to matters on the field. And the spotlight is now on a Pakistani spinner, Usman Tariq, whose bowling action has been under intense scrutiny and is sure to be a major topic of discussion during the T20 World Cup. Tariq made his T20 World Cup debut in the match against US and was Pakistan's best bowler in this match. He finished the figures of 3 for 27 and helped his team to a second straight win in the tournament. But it's not his performance that is making headlines. It's the off-spinner's bowling action. Unlike some of the other spinners, Tariq Usman has a visible bend in his arm and an unconventional run-up that has led to questions. Tariq zigzags in his short run-up and then pauses for a couple of seconds before delivering the ball. His action was called into question by Australia's Cameron Green during the recent bilateral series against Pakistan. And on Tuesday, former Indian cricketer Shrivats Goswami suggested that his action could not be allowed. But Ravichandran Ashwin came to Tariq's defense. He said, and I quote, "Firstly, the legalities of his action can only be tested at an ICC bowling action testing centre. And secondly, there is a 15-degree rule under which a bowler needs to keep his elbow and straighten it, and to judge if a bowler is bowling within that 15-degree mark by the on-field umpire is impossible. The only solution to that is having a real-time in competition testing tool. If the pause at the crease is legal or not, and that's where I believe that it is entirely legal because that is his regular action." Meanwhile, veteran umpire Anil Chaudhary echoed Ashwin's views. He stated that because Tariq's pause is a consistent and repeatable part of his natural action, it is legal. The Pakistani spinner was reported twice in his career during the Pakistan Super League and was cleared on both occasions by the ICC. Now, there is no specific law in cricket that forbids a bowler from pausing in their delivery stride, provided they do not commit a dead ball, offence or unfair play. But there are a number of players who have had suspect bowling actions in the past as well, including Muthaiya Muralidharan and Shoaib Akhtar and Sunil Narine. Murli was famously called out for throwing by umpire Darrell Hare during the 1995 Boxing Day Test in Melbourne. However, he subsequently underwent extensive biomechanical testing. It was discovered that he had an inability to fully straighten his arm out. To further prove that his action was legal, he had famously bowled in a laboratory as well while wearing a steel cast on his arm to show that his action was actually natural. The rest, as they say, is history, as he finished his career as the highest wicket taker in Test history. Moving on, the fallout of the Jeffrey Epstein saga continues. A UAE-based firm is now facing the heat as its CEO has come under the scanner for his links with the convicted sex offender. Ro Khanna, a member of the U.S. House of Representatives representing California, identified 6 men whose names had previously been redacted in official Epstein-related records that were released by the U.S. Justice Department. This included the name of Sultan Ahmad bin Sulayem, an influential entrepreneur from the UAE. He is the group chairman and the CEO of DP World, which is a global logistics giant that operates dozens of shipping terminals and free trade zones around the world. This firm contributes over 36% to Dubai's GDP. His other ventures, including establishing Nakheel, which is a real estate company that has created many iconic Dubai projects, like the Palm Jumeirah. In 2008, he received an honorary doctorate as well from the Middlesex University in Dubai. He serves as the chairman of Ports, Customs and Free Zone Corporation as well. Now, as per reports, Sultan Sulayem maintained correspondence with Epstein even after his 2008 conviction for soliciting prostitution from a minor. Their exchanges allegedly included crude language and objectifying references to women. In 2009, he purportedly sent a torture video to Jeffrey Epstein, who replied that he loved it. This controversy has now impacted DP World. Canada's second-largest pension firm, La Caisse, announced that it will suspend future investments with DP World until it sheds light on Sultan Sulayem's links with Epstein and takes necessary action. Subsequently, British International Investment, which is a UK government-owned finance institution, also halted its investments with DP World, expressing shock at these allegations. While Sultan Sulayem has not been charged with any of the crimes related to Epstein so far, remember, these allegations are being seen as yet another manifestation of Epstein's ties with the global elite.